Hello, welcome back. Last time I had a pretty satisfying puzzle here with suture thread. I don't know why it is that I always seem to expect these continuous output puzzles to be the same as each other, because this one taught me something new, and most of the others that I did have done the same. So blood-stanching powder. I've done patterns like this before, but not like two together. This is going to be interesting. I already have some thoughts about it. What would it look like if I reduced it to like these shapes of four? So one there, one there, one here, then two inner fire atoms that would have to be bonded to each other and everything else. Okay. So four horseshoes, two individuals that get together with the in the middle of everything. What would be my bond order? So if I had a horseshoe factory, putting those together, so I'd end up with two halves that look like that. Those could be handled in... Okay, I'm gonna need a fairly long arm for this, almost certainly a piston. Okay, so calcification is involved, that's fine. That's interesting actually, because then I could just have like a fire extruder. I'm imagining like, you know, if I were cycle optimizing or something, I could do well, I wouldn't have that. Maybe I'd have this and this. Yeah, a fire extruder. Then when that releases, somebody grabs that and pulls it out and calcifies this end of it, and there's a horseshoe. Okay, that's cool and all, but it's not how I play. So, what I would want to do... I think I see how I'm going to do this. Okay, this will be interesting. Now... Okay, if I want one arm to be doing stuff, which of course it's me, so I do, then I really don't want my glyph of bonding there. I'm picturing something like... it's getting there, but there's no way a fit check would pass on that. And also, let's see, I'd rather do this. If I'm doing that, it would mean that. Does that even make any sense? Alright, so you'd grab that, go there, swing around this way, release, grab this, put it there, pivot, or no, pivot, move. Reset, grab, pivot, move, do this procedure again, and then you wouldn't be able to, well, I guess you'd have to do this, and it'd be awkward for everybody involved, but it could be done. Or could I put this in some place where it'll just incidentally pass over as I put this whole thing together? Maybe. So like, or no, actually just, No, that doesn't really work. Because the last one I would want to do like that, and that would be... Well, I mean, I could just... But no, it'd already be over there. Nope. No, I mean, this is all pointless. Anyway, so... So as far as, like, glyphs of bond, I don't like how close this is to this, for one thing. So, sure, I can manufacture horseshoes in this orientation, that's fine. Then when the time comes to glue them together, let's imagine, you know, this slice. So one horseshoe here, one here. I guess they'd go together like this, which would be okay. Alright, so then I have this slice from here down. Cool, stash it away somewhere, I don't know, out there, someplace. Make another one. And then what do you do with the two of them? So you're going to take two fire atoms at some point and make this in the middle. Technically this does fit here if you're in that position, but there's no way I'm going to be able to... Well, I don't need to put it in that position, those are already bonded. So I've put the fires together. So the bonds I would need to create are this one, this one, this one, and this one. Fit check says no way in heck that's going to happen. Would it help at all to have everything out one more? Right, so the ones I need are all of the four around the center two. So you're fine. You're fine. And the others are just the same ones backwards. And yet that looks less fine. Like, it could be okay. That looks a little friendlier that way than, you know. But I could also do this the other way around, so flip it upside down and bond like that instead is an option. Okay, this looks plausible. Now, am I satisfied enough with that? Let's see, so I'd have the one slice here. Slice, slice, and the core. When I go to grab the one slice I've stashed away someplace, I don't really know where that is, just like down here or something. The second slice will already be there. That one I'll just stash away like, I don't know, up here or something, while I put the fire core together. So fire core would then go like this. I'd put horseshoe number 2 there to bond to this. Then rotate it around for that. That's completely fine. So then I would have this, you know, from here up. So I'd want to position it. Yeah, see, now that gets real ugly. It's doable, though. Maybe. I'm not so sure about that. Because, like, where would I even stash that? I'd have to navigate that around. Okay. Could I do it upside down? So doing it upside down would mean that I have this, that I would move that shape from down there way up here, somehow navigating the two around each other, so that I could do the bonds like... What was the more comfortable way? Like this. And this. I mean, maybe? Let's try it. Okay, so, that's plus, not minus. Okay. Left, right, out. Okay, so I think I made a horseshoe. I didn't make it efficiently, but I did make it. Okay. So stash that away. Probably in such a way that I'll be ready to just plop it up there when it's ready to bond. So the way that would happen is release plus grab, right, the other kind of right, then reset and do this all again. So this is the horseshoe manufacturing procedure. I wish I could do like function calls in this language or something. It's not a language and there are no function calls, but you know, make some kind of macro that's like this set of commands and give it like a label. Just like draw a box around this with a label so that I know what I'm copying when I copy it. That'd be nice. Sure, okay, that did what I expected. So now you... Let's see, how do I get a hold of you most easily? Probably retract, retract, release, right, grab. Pivot right. Left. Extend, extend. Okay, that was retract, retract, release, right, grab, pivot right, left. Extend, extend. So release, right. Do I need a plus? I do. Okay, so I think I've glued those two together. I needed to extend one more before that. So one of these extensions goes right here, I believe. Uh-huh, there we go. There we go. Okay, I have a slice. Now just stash that away way the heck down here. Just, I guess, right. Sure. And then repeat the entire program. Okay. I'm gonna need a reset in there, so, you know, leave a room for it. I don't know how much. Can I input this without deselecting? I can! How nice! Okay. And there's no imaginable reason this would not just work. So let's just skip ahead. Great. Okay, next I need you temporarily out of the way, so I'm just going to go right by 1, which will put you, I don't know, there somewhere. And put 2 fires together. Okay, got my 2 fires. While holding those 2 fires, next step would be... Let's see, so I'm here holding on to this right now. So if I'd like pivot left, then that's in a pretty good place for bonding this. Okay, great. And at this point, I don't know, well, I can find out where those are. The last bond I make is holding this right here, I think. Okay, then you turn right from that position, which means you do this. Okay, so that slice of things, I can't release this because there are objects there. Okay, well, it starts... How can I mark this? Let me put a... Check it out. I'm going to use an object I never use. That. Equilibrium, I think it's called. So that's the hole in the thing. The other hole is... here, I think? Yeah, okay. Look! I found a use for it! Man. Like, most of the way through the post-game, finally I find a use for this basic tool I've had since the very beginning. Alright, so that marker tells me what I need to know. I could even, if I really wanted to, you know, do, like, this. Well, I went and did it. I didn't really want to, though. I just want the 1. Because I understand the orientation. Let's see, so again, I being this piston arm, I'm here, holding this. There's a fire atom there and one there, so release, plus right, So then I grab a hold of that. The thing I want... See, so if I put you there, I'm making this bond. So I want to grab by this, which is in that position. Okay, I can do that. So I retract, grab, extend, pivot right, turn left. Okay, let me make sure I've done what I think I've done. Nothing can collide here, because I'm not working in an area that has any available collisions. Neat. Now I need this bond. I should do that before I do too much else. If I would pivot left twice, this would end up here. That shouldn't collide with anything. Alright, so pivot left. Oh, now I'm worried a little bit about some of the secondary bonds on these things. I wonder if it'd be easier to add like one extra fire atom. No, I need... Between the two halves, I need two bonds no matter what I do. Like, sure, I could bond this atom onto this slice and, you know, have that kind of lopsided thing with the extra atom right here on it. But I'd still have to make this bond and this bond. Like, there's no getting around that every atom in this has at least two bonds. So I don't think that's a shortcut. Yeah, I'm just worried about my future state that looks like this, but having the other half glued on there and having to navigate this around to make the equivalent of this bond. Well, let's worry about that when it happens, though. So that's left, release, retract, grab, extend, I think? I need a minus in there somewhere, I think. Which would be... Maybe I don't, hold on. So what am I holding that by? I'm holding it by this, and I'm here. So if I pivot left. Yeah, okay, my minus goes after I have retracted fully. Okay, so now I'm holding it by what would be that atom in this position. And the one I want to bond it to will be to its left. So I need a plus... Wait, what are these extends? I mean, you can do it then, but I'd rather do it then. Okay, so I believe I've bonded that. You know, this is the only music track I hear in the puzzle view of this game. It does a pretty good job at just sort of blending into the background and never really getting all that old. Yeah, okay, so I have that problem. Sure. There are plenty of ways around that. For example, that should do. It's not pretty, but it should do the job. Sure. Great. Okay. Did what I wanted. So now, pivot left minus. Looks obvious enough. Which means that this atom is there, ready to be bonded onto this half after being pivoted right once. Okay, and where's my arm? Here? Okay. So the arm needs to retract right plus. Grab pivot right, left, extend left? Maybe. Let's see what that does. If it's anything like what I'm imagining. It is exactly like I'm imagining. Perfect. So now all I have to do is, yeah, this final step, that's the one I was worried about, and I remain kind of worried about it. But I think if I were to just pivot right... Let's see, that'd put this here out of reach. If I'd pivot right and retract, I'd have to be able to retract again and get it farther to the left. I might be able to, though. So pivot right, retract. And let's just see what that looks like. See if I can see a way through. I don't want to like mentally do the rotation from that specific pivot point of a huge shape like this. That's just hard to do. Okay. Yeah. So... turn right, retract, grab minus, which puts it there. Yeah, I think this fits. Neat. So turn right, retract, grab minus, which moves that over there. I'd still need to move it one more over, which I think is okay. I'm gonna collide with this, probably. Just need to do this one step at a time, because visualizing is hard. If this works, I'm almost done. If it's impossible, then I'm not. So I'm there. I want this to go... Oh yeah, there's a pretty clean way I can do that. It's going to swing way the heck out here, but that's totally fine. I've probably already touched that area. Yeah, totally. It might touch another hex up there too, but you know, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is release, plus, left, grab, pivot right, turn left. What's this left? Is that right? Well, no, it's left. Is it correct, though? Maybe. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah! Alright, so then from there... Okay, cool. So I think... cursory visual inspection says that's the correct shape, so I'm holding it by this spoke right here. Okay, so I'm here with my hand there, holding it like this. Okay, so if I turn right, it would do that. And then I'd pivot right, and it would fit right there. I'm going to have to take out my equilibrium, but that's fine. It did its job. Thanks, equilibrium. So that was turn right, pivot right, reset. Done. Cool puzzle. I planned ahead, and it worked out. Unless I'm still missing something. Very possible. But it sure looks like this should be done. See, it's so much less pretty with this just, like, taking up all the background. I wish this were just, like, faded out a little more, but, like, only when I want it to be, because sometimes I use this for reference and I want to see, like, the full brightness colors, you know? It's fine. Okay, neat. Alright, let's go faster. Another satisfying machine. Cost is kept to a pretty good minimum. I mean, like, it's 2 track segments, 1 piston arm, and the minimum of everything else that's strictly necessary for the puzzle. The only way you could go lower is if you could do this without the pistoning, and I used the pistoning pretty heavily in this solution. It would surprise me to see an entry on the cost graph lower than this one. Area? Oh yeah, you can do this in way less area. Cycles? I mean, obviously. That's not even a question. There we go. Yep, bottom of cost. Cycles, obvious. Area. Huh. Yeah, okay. A lot less. Sure. Oh boy, I wonder what that solution looks like. No way to know, but it'd be interesting. Alright, cool. That's another one done. Let's go back to the garden for a bit. Chip away at this some more. I'm at 26. Man, 24 to get to the 50 threshold is... that's a lot. What an interesting middle. Full of life. And And a quicksilver buried pretty deep there. Okay, so where's silver? Way out there. Oof, this quicksilver worries me. I mean, that's honestly not buried that deep. You just have to, like, go through this much to get at it. Yeah, it's not the worst thing. These way the heck outside quintessences, though, are kind of bad already. So here are the 2 up arrows. There's one more here. Alright. So I have salt, quicksilver. Let's go this way with the... Okay, so I gotta dig in here for the lead anyway. Tin is there, pretty easy to get to. Though I should definitely... This is the quicksilver that goes with the lead. Okay. Iron's easy, copper's easy, silver's easy. Alright. I wonder what criteria they use to generate these puzzles, because, like, these are obviously not, like, all handcrafted. There's no way anybody put together this many board layouts for this, but it is interesting how they generate so so pleasingly. This game has a very good level generator for it. So I need access to fire. I don't have a whole lot of opening moves here. If I did this, it would gain me access to fire, and I would have earth and air, but no water. Where's it closest to water? Oh man, water's hard to get to. Like, I'm gonna have to salt something. I don't get a choice about this. Yeah, okay, so opening moves are actually pretty severely limited. Getting rid of the salt does nothing for me at this stage. It just exposes metals for later. Which quintessence should I remove first? Almost certainly this one, but not absolutely for sure. But probably this one. This looks like a tough board. Where's your mate? Well, it might be this. It might be that if I can get at some water, but I don't think I can. Your mate is probably here. So I do these 2, salt the fire, do these 2, and then still not have a fire to use. So yeah, where's the fire gonna come from for the quintessence? It can't come from here. This is buried behind 2 quintessences. Unless I could get in there, which is impossible because of that. This is inaccessible, this is inaccessible. Those 2 look pretty buried. I'd have to go through quicksilver and tin for that. How do I make an opening move here? Well, I have the salt. But salt doesn't help me with quintessence because it just removes the element that I want a quintessence with. Oh, but here's some water. So I pair the air. No. No, but then I have no... Hold on, what am I missing? Okay. If I pair the air, I have no air. So I have to get at that. I would get access to fire and really nothing else. But this has to be the fire for this quintessence, and I suspect this one will probably be the one for that. Might not be, but I suspect. Like, okay, available opening moves. This, and this. There are 4. That is all I get. I most suspect I want to do this. However, I could be convinced otherwise. So if I would salt this... Oh, neat. Okay, so salt this. Pair these. Get this salt out of here somehow. With what? I don't know, that maybe? So that would even out the earth count. Okay, this with that salt, this with that, this salt with this, and then I have water, water. I have no earth then. How do I get all 4 for this? That's a trick. So I kind of want this to be my water. Okay, so that means I'd salt something else. I wish I could, like, experiment with a few things with an undo button. That'd be nice. But I just have to imagine and think ahead. So I'm going to salt you. This is for sure. There's no getting around salting this if I want to get at any reasonably reachable water. Okay, I've done it. Possibility space collapses. Okay, that exposes this air. Alright, so I do this, and yeah, I have 2 red numbers here, but at least Quintessence has mates. Cool. Alright, so that was step 1. Now I need some air. There's some. You are a much better one to remove. I mean, yes, obviously. And that's the only thing I can do unless I want to remove this, which I don't. Okay. You do have all 4 elements available to you. So my question to myself now is, which water do I choose? This or this? And that's a question of how soon do I need this quicksilver? This is a stressful board. I like it. What, I like stress? Why? A moderate amount, yes. That's what challenge is. Gentle stress. Okay, so, I'm 90% sure I'm removing this fire. That one seems useless to remove right now. That stays right there. That's the only air I have easy access to unless I'd like pair these and pair this with a fire and then get to this one, which doesn't seem like something I want to do right now. Why am I going so aggressively for this quicksilver? This was important for something. Which means this is not a priority. These guys are important for stuff, sure. I need to be at the tins soonish, so actually going this way is not unreasonable because that'll get me to these sooner for that. This is not going away, so yeah, I have to go this way to get in here anyway. Okay, so if I'm thinking in those terms, problem is if I remove this water, I don't get any more. Not until here or here. Okay. Well... yeah, no, this is not going away. Because you're inaccessible. Okay, yeah, so it has to, I cannot remove these waters before Quintessence. Okay, so Quintessence definitely pairs with, I'll say this one. Yeah, because if I'm removing this, then that exposes this fire, so it doesn't matter which fire I choose. Okay, I'm convinced. Air, right. Wait, no, yes. Yes. So it doesn't matter which fire I choose. This one gives me more immediate stuff I care about. Oh, this doesn't look good. I do have salt. I can only use it on air and earth. There's an earth. That's what's going to get it. Okay, well my Quintessence is gone at least. This has to happen this way. Okay, you are there. I'm not worried about you yet. I need these airs exposed so that I can get to them for... oh, and I can salt air too. Okay, so now... oh, this is ugly. Oh, man. Alright, so now I have to salt one of these. Eventually I'll have to do both of them. This is a higher priority than the quicksilver, and that gets me the quicksilver. Yes, I need this before the quicksilver to get in there. Okay, so salt the air. Okay. Even number of airs. You go with that, right? Why would it be this? I don't need that quicksilver yet. There's plenty around, and I get access to another of these anyway, so this all makes sense. All right. So haven't made any major errors so far, then I should be in good shape here. I'm going to remove this quicksilver, I think. That seems like the most... that's the only one I have that's blocking anything. And now it's pretty open and friendly. Oh, look at you. You're fine. That's no problem. Okay. So metals are done. Great, now just the elements. And these guys. Might as well, there's zero reason to wait. Okay, this looks like a pretty friendly board state now. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I'm unconvinced. This air, that's fine. Blocking nothing. Fire goes away. You do that, I am done. Excellent. Okay, I did it! That took some planning. Alright, great. 27. 23 more to go to hit that threshold at least. Okay, good stuff. I'll see you next time for Tonic of Hydration.